Is there an expectation? I hadn't thought about the Lowry. I assumed would be expected to increase traffic with the improvements on the north side and over here.
I don't know if traffic.
Oh.
Did you say 1,500 or 15,000 a day?
1,000.
I
Literally.
don't know the exact amount and then the exact amount of
Clearly, the business that got most affected by that thing being down is the one that's in the Miami right now. I have to just generally talk.
There's about 10, 15 cars.
When we open it, it'll be 12 cars.
I'm sorry, did you say that there was about an $18 million loss, economy loss of the
yeah,
business?
it's based on vehicle traffic. It's a MnDOT, how they decide what to make up formula. It's based on traffic and truck traffic and personal, car traffic.
So we would expect to recoup that the traffic would increase to, and we would recoup
I don't know
that.
if we could, but that's what this is, the economic impact loss.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if it all comes back, but we hope some of it does.
Such a beautiful bridge, we should get more.
I mean, we can get work together, like when they're at the Twins game or a Vikings game and they stand around on the Hennepin Bridge and we can have to go to that too.
So this is going to be a bridge that the cameras will show.
So when you have that kind of an economic loss, is there, and I would assume once we get funding for the east part of Lowry that there'll be additional, are there programs for business owners who are impacted by it, or is it just sort of a, like, you gut it out knowing that it'll be better when it's...
Unfortunately,
I think the city has programs for it.
yeah, I mean, there's small business loans and stuff like that.
Yeah, through CPID.
Any more questions?
Well, I think it would be good to use the time for discussion of how to attract that business back to the neighborhood, like advertising, of course. Personal interest out there. I have two.
And I believe the deadline is still open.
Well, it's not immediate.
Well, this is going to be a big jewel. I mean, we should capitalize on it.
Festivals, and, the Chamber of Commerce should be here, and, it seems that there's a lot of connections between Northeast and North. It's been said that they used to meet them at the bridge with the accidents, but I think we all know that, each one is kind of a starter neighborhood, and there are people with roots on both sides of the river, and that kind of thing can be brought out to, unify Van Hofstad's thing and the unity across the river. That kind of thing. So
Yeah, it's funny. We kind of modeled this after the Hawthorne Huddle. They have a monthly. And Luna and I went last week, and you forget. Hawthorne is right there. I mean, you have to drive way around to get there, but you realize, wow, in a year, it's just essentially another neighborhood.
You got all that attention with the Carterville, and so a lot of resources on either side that could be parlayed, synergized, whatever staff lingo, bingo term you want to use for it. But,
Well, and with Lowry Chain, when
when
the commissioners said they were going to scope, I just had this vision of knowing it's northeast, it would be a snaking road. It would shift north, it would shift south. So it might be very attractive. A race course.
Are there any plans for a grand opening already?
For the bridge?
Yeah. We have a
Well, back
big
here, you got plans for
celebration.
a big celebration?
That's why we're targeting the 4th of July of 2012. I imagine big fireworks.
I need one.
I'll buy it.
We have talked about going more on the bridge on next Art World, and so it's kind of how they have the walking, stuff on 35W. Well, they kind of had the 10W bridge, which is right there parallel. We don't have it parallel, but we've got the cargo sector, so next Art World. How I talked about having, hosting a, hosting displays and people can come see it. we agreed, and when we, when we get tours of where we're at, so that'll draw some attention for all the people that come and see our world, see where we're at, and so hopefully then.
Will the old Gabbies have their, Susie, will she have her observation?
Maybe,
Deck?
yeah, that's a good idea too.
How about a parade? Lowry has a parade.
That would be fun.
You know, if you talk 4th of July.
I think a May Day celebration is much better.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes, it's a little cold, but.
I have a question with working on the trolley cars. And we're saying we're going to try to bring the trolley cars back to Second Avenue. Is that pretty much pushing forward?
They're doing a feasibility study on that and looking at all the aspects of what it would take to actually get something like that accomplished. So it's being moved forward with the federal, in order to qualify for the money, you have to do this feasibility study that talks about what, road conditions, what it's going to take to put something like that in. So they're looking at it.
So, but time-wise, are we talking maybe same time that the bridge is opening? That's a possibility? Or?
That bridge opening? No, this is probably within 10 years probably of this happening. The study is going to probably it's going to start from the study area is like 46th and Nicollet approximately, all the way up to someplace in Columbia Heights, and then it has yet to be determined. We're still talking to Columbia Heights folks about what that would look like and where they'd like that to go and what they can afford to put in. We're trying to get blend our county, their city, our city. So you're trying to bring in a lot of partners in this thing. The Chamber of Commerce is going to be part of this discussion too, so we're going to meet with them next week to talk about it. So there's a lot of people that we're bringing to the table to have a discussion about this. So this is, there's 100 steps in this thing. We're on about step 2.
So it'll be a Twin City Bridge, Columbia Heights and Minneapolis.
I don't know about this
Or I
bridge.
mean,
I don't know about this bridge.
streetcar.
I'm talking about the streetcar. Yeah, the streetcar would go from, like I say, start 46 and then go through downtown and central Columbia Heights.
But the interesting thing is, that's the number one route, right? That's the
That
route
is the number one route. Yes, that's the number one preferred route. That
After the Midtown Greenway.
well, we actually beat out the Midtown Greenway. It's causing trouble.
We'll see.
The Midtown Greenway is that's later. This is.
I don't know how many of you are aware that on Central Avenue we have a special service district, which is a taxation district that allows us to do things like the flower pots in the summer and the twinkle lights in the winter. But Shannon, I guess this is a question for you. Can the Lowry businesses, can they create a special service district, or are those kind of falling out of favor now and there's other...
No, special service districts are fine. They could create one if they so desire. You'll be assessed at a different rate, and there's some financial impact on those if you do decide to have one of those, you create one of those, and you can go give my office a call and we can talk about that. But yeah, it's up for discussion.
Not knowing what's going on with Larry, though, we're not going to have too many Larry businesses. And they want to do that.
Yeah, I think it's a chicken-egg thing, at least right now. I think you want to hold off until you see where the dust settles with the bridge and everything else like that, and have some conversations after maybe next fall to talk about that.
If you put something in and then it tore up in 2 years.
Right. Exactly.
I actually have a late question. You were talking about the old gas stations at Red Bridge, and then you mentioned the runoff. Is there some sort of treatment that's done there? Or
Right, as part of this project, it's a big underground treatment facility. It's a big 50 long, 6 foot long, 8 feet wide, 13 foot deep treatment structure that have all that water flowing through there, settle all those particulates.
so that would be below?
That would be below grade, it'd be right at grade. All you see is concrete and metal grates sort of thing. So that would be right on the surface and the landscape around that.
Was there a lot of contamination at that site?
Not any different than any other old petroleum site I've run into. I redid West Broadway, North Minneapolis, and I found a lot more there, obviously a lot more service stations there. So there was some at the SA's site. It seems like whenever you get to a site that's a 50-year-old service station, the owners and the technology there, they didn't always clean up after themselves, and just the technology, the old holding tanks were such that they leak a little bit, some of the fuel tanks. So we've already remediated all that and handled properly and hauled it off-site, so. Found a lot of old glass jars and little things. They I think people, 100 years ago would throw that stuff right in the slope. And it's amazing how we've become a lot more environmentally astute, I think, now than our predecessors were. So
Did you find a wash machine?
there's been some interesting things in the river. There's I think there's a wash machine and different auto parts and all kinds of junk that. Well, you've seen it, folks go do a nice job of cleaning the river and at the fair. When my kids go through that, I see that at the fair, so that junk and all, they make some art out of all that stuff cleaned up. It's just amazing when you sit and stare at all that. And realize people are still polluting even today, which is hard to believe.
Did anybody take ownership of that washing?
I tried to sell it to my wife, but she wasn't interested.
Is it a maintenance?
Yeah. It's a maintain, it's still running.
Well, thanks for coming. I appreciate very much the talk.
Well, thank you.
Right, Commissioner is off. Yep, appreciate you, Terry. And you got off the hook, Emily? We'll call you back or something. Any other announcements, any other things people need to pass along? Aside from the fact that there's still time to get an article.
We might want to mention that South Food Co-op is having its annual meeting and dinner for any members or would-be members who would like to join and come. It's
Tuesday.
night. Really great chili made by the very skilled hands of co-op board members and volunteers. Fun meeting. Talk by Amy. Short but fun.
It's on October 19th.
Great new board members to be elected.
Yeah. You have to be a member, but you can join them right now.
And tonight is the movie.
Yep.
Can you say what the movie is?
It's Food Fight. It's a documentary.
About fighting?
No, about food, actually. About food. It's comics. Anyway, I think the director is Tom. I was not prepared.
Not me. I take credit for it. But we do our movies in this suite. So more than welcome to come. There's usually beverages and coffee.
That's free. 7 o'clock.
Are you guys trying to rent this space? I see the other one is vacant.
This space, I'll see to Amy, but this space is a meeting space. Oh, and we should promote that any member of the co-op is welcome to reserve this for meetings, public meetings. So if you have a group that you need a meeting room for, and you have a member of the co-op in your group, just sign up. I've done it a few times, but we're holding on to this, and it's a nice size for meetings. Friends of the Library. That's right. There's a Friends of the Library group that's organizing, and I think that meeting is the 21st here. It'll be the second meeting. You're always the last to know. They give you the tree after they decide to cut it down. Thanks very much. Next month is. Yeah. Oh, it's in front of. I don't have my glasses. That's why I'm not the president.
Is that correct? We have
Thanks for coming. Please eat more and have another cup of something. And we'll see you next month.